Yeah, what's going on, young gods and goddesses? Definitely salute your divinity. Yeah, I stay blinged up, bling bling. Let's get to it. Crossways1, crossways2.com. Purchase with a purpose. Go check us out. That's where we make things happen. Check this out, right? People always say that this younger generation is tripping and that they're lost. How can they be lost if they was never given a path to follow? Now check it. They always want to say this generation is lost, crazy, or whatever. But this generation, we are partial to blame for this generation. Not my entire generation, but the cats that was out here in these streets are partial to blame for the way this generation is. People don't want to admit it, but this generation is part of that crack baby era. People don't want to admit it, or they don't want to admit the part that they played in it. But somebody like me, I admit the part that I played in it, and I apologize to this younger generation for partaking in that street life that I did. People don't want to admit that cats like me that was out in these streets serving, we were serving people moms, dads, we were serving people uncles. Everybody was trying to get that fast buck. But now we want to say, well, this generation is this generation is that. No, we made this generation. Like, it takes a village. Like, people got to understand that. Because you got some people that be like, well, it's not my fault. I ain't have nothing to do with it. But it still takes a village to raise a village. So, with that being said, instead of pointing the finger and saying how terrible this generation is, why don't you take part in guiding that younger person, or guiding that young god or goddesses, and showing them that it's a different way. So, and I'm going to use myself as an example. When I got caught up, I was facing a lot of time. And I could have easily got 20. But I was blessed, and the heavens looked out for me, and I was blessed that I didn't get that time. But just think, if I would have gotten that time, I would probably just be getting out 5 or 6 years ago. If not now, or if I would have went in, who knows what would have happened. I could have got life. I could have died, and who knows? So, and who knows how my children or my girls or my boys would have turned out without me being in their life. Like, people have to realize that we're still fighting that fight. We're still fighting that 80s and 90s fight, because this generation is a product from that. So once again, how can a generation be lost if they was never given a path to follow? So instead of pointing the finger at this generation and at these young gods and goddesses, show them a way. Show them, take them in. Show them what's going on. So, with that being said, look out for this generation. Don't just count them out or whatever, because this is the first free generation, and we got to be there for them. So, Crossways1, crossways2.com, where we make things happen, and I definitely salute your divinity once again.